Look at the balls rolling. Have you ever been on a toboggan?
A toboggan?
Yeah.
Is that the thing, like, it's like a, it's not like a sleigh? Not a sled.
Mm-hmm. And they go down, like, the toboggan chutes?
Yeah, it's like a slide that goes
It's
down.
like a big slide with ice.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Huge metal.
They have
Have you ever been on that?
Yeah, Big Bear.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been on too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a break in the middle.
That's more like a roller coaster thing. Like the toboggan I was thinking of is like, I mean, I guess you could just go with like downhill on a toboggan. Have you ever been sledding? I guess we'd be better at it.
Yeah. It's got like rails underneath there.
Yeah. Dude, sledding is so much fun. We should now be arrived. What are ready to cheese?
View live show. Up. To the right.
Up to the right. This one.
I think so. Oh, there we go.
There's this.
Talking about toboggans.
Man, we have matching outfits, so we look quite eccentric.
Yeah. It's like we work for the same company or something.
It's like an entity or something.
It's like a uniform or something like that.
Right. You want to post on your Facebooks?
Yeah.
Go for it. Is there anything new in the airsoft industry, Tim, that you are excited about?
New? The KWA AK is new-ish.
Pretty excited for that.
It's been announced, but
I feel like no one's heard about that, though. You think maybe...
well, people heard about it like at SHOT Show last year.
Oh, that could be why. This year or last year?
I think it was announced at SHOT Show 2 years ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Originally.
Mm-hmm. Pretty eccentric. I'm actually really excited for that. I hope that there's a possibility that I can take that to the Operation Shoot Bad Guys, also known as Operation Irene. Yeah, that'd be really fun to take that Irene. It gets a little cold there in the morning, so doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Really? So maybe a gas
Cold
gun
there
would be
during
the
the day, to
best.
be honest with you.
Maybe that'd be the best. I'm not opposed to the new one. It's kind of funny looking.
It's not a news photo.
That's pretty funny.
What do you think that says?
It probably says exactly what it says.
The whole shirt. What do you think it says? Account?
I can't think of much that would go.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of the guy where he's doing interviews, fake interviews, all for the news? And then anytime somebody like in the background tries to mess with him, he like runs out from him. It's like, hey, you want to be on camera so bad? Let's talk about some questions. I'm like, hey, dude, mind? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And then it's like a dude, and he's like, so how do you feel about genital wart disease? You know, being a person who owns it, and you know what I mean? They're just like, what? I never said that. So it's just pretty funny. Maybe typing like army or something. CJ and Miley Cyrus is the first search result. It's just literally pictures of bombs. So we're typing in military photo bomb to try to find like a funny picture of somebody being photobombed who's doing an interview. And of course, if you type in military photo bombs, the first thing that comes up is photos of bombs. Who would have thought?
Okay, maybe photobomb in one word.
Yeah, that might be better. That's pretty funny. I think he made it fit shot. Yeah, cat somewhere in the background or something. I think the one to, if you go back one page, that one to the right of it down one. Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's the middle one. Perfect. The far left. It's perfect.
Oh, there you go.
That's perfect. That's all you need. Paint me like one of your French girls.
You guys live?
We are live,
Yes.
yes.
Ah.
We have been chitting the chat with the numerous guests.
Whew. How's everyone doing?
We don't, I'm not sure. Would you like to space?
Well, we are on 10 minutes early. We're
preparing for the live show.
It's like a show
Before the show. It's like a pre-show.
For the
Yeah.
show?
It's like you know when you cook something in the oven, you preheat the oven. This is like preheating our guests, but it's really hot in this room right now.
Yeah, so we're preheating.
I'm baked.
Yeah,
my
it is.
freaking head is just so hot now.
Yeah. That's for sure.
If you guys don't know, it's currently quite warm in Southern California. I probably shouldn't complain because it's a lot warmer in a lot of other places.
Yeah, it is very much more.
But
it's very humid here right
it
now.
is-
Like
it is
more humid than normal.
Unusually.
Yeah, unusual.
Yeah.
For this time of year,
It's hot and humid in other places.
Yeah, but we're like
It's normal out there.
it's like what month are we in now?
It's not
It's
normal.
at least
where we
a weird month now that it shouldn't be doing this. I
are.
was promised 70-degree weather for the entire time I was here, and
Yeah.
somebody is not fulfilling that promise.
Who promised you that?
It's on the brochure.
Mother Nature.
It's on the brochure for when you go to California. Or Arnold Schwarzenegger hands them out. The border. That's where I got one.
Welcome to California.
70-degree
Where it's
weather.
only 70 degrees.
Enjoy your stay.
Are we gonna turn on the lights?
No,
All
we are
right.
not going to do that because it would be even more profusely warm inside.
Yeah, but these aren't even like the hot lights we used to have.
They're still hotter than the lights that are. I'll let you know when I get to it. I'm going to go edit some videos.
Gonna go edit some videos.
I'm going to go make some cool stuff for you guys. I'm curious to see.
Wait, before you go, can you do that like death face thing? The thing you showed me before?
It's a possibility. I mean, it could be arranged. We just have to wait a second for Tim to relinquish the keyboards.
Okay.
Yes.
And with that, you're out.
And with that, give me your
Here, sip it up.
Sip cup.
Sippy cup.
Love sip cup.
Sippy cup.
Have fun, gentlemen.
We will.
Do it.
All right.
Just make sure we've got this posted everywhere. Oh, yeah. Post this.
What?
Post it to a friend's timeline.
What friend? Nice.
Oh, can I do more than one?
Oh yeah, Thumpy.
That's not that good.
Oh come on, Charlie Logan. Probably a
maybe
good
do it one
comment.
at a time.
Sure.
I didn't provide a recipient.
Yeah, there you go.
This is terrible. You can spam your friends with a bunch of stuff.
That you can. Well, haven't you seen like Greg posting stuff on our pages?
Yeah, but it's not the same.
It's fair. I think it's fair.
I suppose so.
Suppose so. Ah, nice, Thumpy. What a nice guy.
Doing a laugh.
Ah, bah. I think he was a Marine.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
Yep.
I wish I was a Marine sometimes.
You had that deal with D-Day, but someone reneged on it.
You know, the deal when one person says you're going to do it and it's not really reciprocated on the other end, it's not really a deal. It's more like, hey, we should join the Marines together. I'm like, I'll consider that as an option.
You didn't say it like that, though. You didn't say it like that.
I don't remember what I said. It was 10 years ago.
I remember D-Day being pretty upset.
Christopher.
Yeah.
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 Just plastered this all
They
over.
got Operation Blue Gray coming up, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they do.
I wonder how their Operation Caro went. You know, with the diamonds?
Oh, yeah. The video they made for that was really funny.
Oh, really? Oh, no, I saw the video they made for it. That was hilarious. With Aaron, he kept getting,
Yeah.
like, bagged.
No.
Aaron's,
Well, that one was funny, too. But
Yeah.
the Operation Cairo video was also really
Oh, was
good.
it the actual action?
No, the video they made promoting it, because they couldn't stop laughing through it. So they were both sitting there, Aaron and Christopher, just like, jokes, and then they wouldn't get through it. It took like 10 minutes to get through the explanation of the game.
Oh, man.
The X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I love the share thing.
Can't share Clever Cat?
Happen funded, I guess.
You are a bad person.
Oh, hey. Just throw this in our timeline. Just for fun.
You're gonna get a call, be like, what the hell is this?
Well, I don't think it displays everything.
Man,
Maybe
you're
it does.
spamming the heck out of everyone. Chat?
Oh, yeah. Wait.
He has a fan page. I think it's Desert Fox. Look at that.
There we go.
I wonder why did he change his name to that? Duck Pro DC. What is DC?
Because I think he didn't want a lot of people to know who his screen name was. Except you just announced it on the internet.
Oops! Oops, Jet! Oops!
At least I gave everyone a fake phone number.
That was. I was telling some folks about that. That was like epic trolling. And that was pretty awesome. I mean, you even got me. I was right here.
I don't have his Desert Fox Airsoft thing. Oh.
See, I don't see how this angle foregrip works with the charging cable right there.
Well, it doesn't reciprocate, right? It stays there.
Yeah, I know, but like on the real one, like you wouldn't be able to put a AFG right there.
Why wouldn't you?
Because like when it actually fires, it's going.
No, that's what I mean. I don't think the real one moves.
Oh, really?
No, it's like the MP5. It stays there, and then when you have to, reload, then you pull it back.
That's pretty cool. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's pretty comfortable. I like this kill flash on this thing too. That's pretty cool.
Who else can we share this with in the next 4 minutes?
Gamepod, Craig Levy, Ryan Pankratz.
This is dumb. You should be able to add more people.
You probably can't. You just have to click on it and then add another one.
I don't think so, though.
You forgot to put we're doing it by.
Yeah.
You're a bad person.
Oh, I know. Perfect. He's not here? That's weird.
That's funny. Peter Lewandowski. John Liu?
Oh, yeah. The things on his timeline, though, they only show up, like, if he posts something.
American Wilson.
Who is my friend on Facebook? That is also very popular. Are we getting Mark in here to talk about the TUC?
I had thought we were.
I don't know where he is right now.
We have 2 minutes till we actually go live.
What?
The personal page.
Is it going to show up, or do you have it? It's only your post show up.
I don't know.
Don't you have a lot of airsofters on here anyway?
No.
Really?
I usually I just keep it like family and friends. I'd started to actually. When I first started working, I added like a bunch of airsoft folks, and I just got my page just spammed by a bunch of random airsoft stuff, and then I got a couple people who were like, "F you, Bob. F you, Tim's bet." Like, yeah, on my birthday, they're like, "F you, Bob." My mom called me. She's like, "Who are these people?" I was like, "All right, that's it. I gotta just keep this family and friends now."
Yeah. Welcome to the cool group, Bob.
I don't know. Well, those two people spoiled it for everyone.
Ah, darn you spoilers.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. Who else? Ah.
Hello there. Maureen Chin.
Where?
No, I was just looking at the first one. That's pretty cute, but.
You know who this is?
No? Do you know who it is?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Does she look familiar? It's her modeling page.
That is.
You don't know?
No, I know who it is, but like that is such a stupid name.
Why? It's her name.
What?
Melissa Key. I don't know. Oh, what, her middle name and then her last name, initial. Melissa K.I.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's so stupid now. Hey, it's pretty clever.
Well, it's just like I don't know. It'd be like if I changed my name and put stuff around. I don't know. It just seems weird.
I'd be like Robert instead of Robert.
I dated a girl in college that like she used her acting name as her first name and her middle name. Because her last name, I guess, was too ethnic to get cast. So she said.
Hey, those type of things happen, though.
Oh, they very much happen. Absolutely.
Let's see. W.
That would be priceless.
Oh,
are you gonna do it?
No.
Oh
maybe,
man.
Maybe in my last life, however.
That would start some stuff right there.
Yeah.
That would start a war.
That would be good. All right, it is 4:30.
Be a man. Do the
Welcome
right thing.
to our live show, and we have something very serious to talk with you about. Airsoft, mostly, is what we're going to be talking about. Yeah.
First, I'd actually like to tender a heartfelt thank you to Noah and Jeffrey. I talked to these gentlemen when I was doing customer service phone calls this last Friday. I just want to wish you all the best with your Airsoft kit, and thanks for talking to me for a while. It's fun talking to you guys. Yeah, also, Ginger Ninja and Cafe absolutely should go to TVB for my side. Really appreciate the support. But that said, we have a lot of stuff, or at least some stuff to talk about.
Why don't you start with that gun that's right in front of you?
All right, is this the?
That is the GHK G5.
I was gonna say I thought it was a GHK5, but yeah, GHK
G5. It is a gas blowback submachine. I think we've had the black one.
Yeah, we had the black one for a while. This is kind of cool because it has like ambidextrous fire selector and magazine release. It also has a foldable stock and extendable stock. Comes with flip up front and rear sights. It doesn't come with this micro T1 or this AFG, but I was surprised how like powerful the kick was on this because it's not a big gun, but it's actually, I don't know, it's really cool. I thought this gun like looks very similar to the one in like Black Ops 2. I could be wrong.
You would know more than me. I don't actually play Black Ops 2.
For shame. Well, I play a wide variety of video games. So. You've been getting back into StarCraft 2 a little bit.
Kind of. I get my ass kicked by this guy over here.
Actually, it's funny. I was telling Josh, I was like, "Hey, Josh, I'm getting really into the show, like when Cheese fails." And just been looking.
Josh was the one that got me into it.
Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, I've been looking over some of that stuff. Some of it looks kind of fun." He's like, "Oh, that's funny about it because like Tim's looking over all that stuff and trying to figure out ways to kick your ass." So looks like we're in the same boat. But that said, if you guys are interested in this GHK G5, one of the minor limitations I saw with it last time we had it, said we had the gun, but we didn't have a lot of extra mags. But we now have quite a few extra mags on AirsoftGI.com. So if you are looking into getting this, I would highly suggest it just for the fun factor. You know, this is a really fun gun to fire. I'm big into gas guns, and in my personal opinion, you know, with 3 or 4 gas mags, you could have fun with this, to be honest, because I generally don't go through more than 3 or 4 gas mags in a recreational game.
Yeah. When you play with gas guns, you normally are a little bit more conservative with your shots.
Well, you just kind of play on some. You don't really go over to full auto if you're...
Yeah. I mean, especially, like, I run an L4 when I do play with my gas gun, and it only has 40 rounds, and so on full auto, those are going to be gone quite soon. It's not the Scorpion Evo, Jordan Buddy says. Is that the gun you were thinking of on the game?
Yes, I believe it is. I mean, just it kind of looks similar to it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if anything,
I think
it's just a really cool gun.
The front end of the gun reminds it of to me, and the fact that it's small. But thank you for chiming in. I did not remember what the name of the gun is. Someone asked me if I would come to Arizona. Very different. I actually stopped at Georgia. I actually stopped by Arizona a little while back just to check out some of the airsoft courses they had to offer in Phoenix, Arizona. Actually, on the suggestion of one of our YouTube commenters, and it's funny because I got out of the car and started walking toward the field, and all the people who were there, they're probably like 20 or 30 there. Like one person looked up, and then that guy's like, and then 3 other people looked up, and the whole people were like, everyone looked at me, they're like, "Are you mom?" I was like, "Yeah, guys, what's going on?" They're like, "Oh my God!" And it was just really fun. But there's some cool fields out in Phoenix.
Really hot fields, you mean?
Well, actually,
cool is kind of not the operative word.
Well, there are some indoor airsoft fields. There's some outdoor paintball and airsoft fields. But, you know, it was actually kind of cool once, you know, dusk hit. But yeah, during the day, it was hot.
Yeah.
So, definitely. Hey, what's up, Jeremiah? I remember you.
Was a bullfrog.
Oh, man. Don't believe so. You should check the mag first, Tim, please.
Good. Well, there's no gas in the mag either, but this thing actually has a pretty decent recoil because the exterior is all made out of polymer. The gun is pretty light, but the bolt is made out of metal.
Yes.
So there's a lot of energy being transferred back into your shoulder. So you really get a good feeling when firing this thing. And man, this sight looks fantastic on here.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I mean, it works really well with that gun too because
it's like just the perfect height when you shoulder the gun. The sight is right in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. How it can be kind of.
Yeah, I would just probably use a vertical grip. Or you know that
just
angle that Stark
thumbs forward on
equipment
this
thing?
thumbs forward on this instead of over, like thumb over bore. It won't really get in the way. Or if you're left-handed, you know, this is an ambidextrous gun after all.
That's true.
Neato mosquito. But yeah, I think that we have the black one available now. Here is the tan one. You can see both of these on our website. I believe they're for sale for really cheap, actually.
Just do it.
Hi, Tim. It will complete my life.
That's not. You meant to say hi, Sam Campbell.
Oh, we should have said that. Hi, Tim. It will complete my life is what he wanted me to say.
Oh well. Well, yeah.
Can't win with some people.
No, you can't. All right, so that is the GHK G5. I believe we have them available in 2 colors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, black and tan.
Yeah.
Which is pretty dark. What are you looking at right now?
I want to look at the price of the G5.
Where are we looking at
I don't
the
have it
price?
memorized.
G5.
Unfortunately, I don't have a sell sheet or anything in front of me.
Unacceptable. Are we talking about that barrel?
I don't think so. I think what we are going to talk about is the Tactical Universal clip, that thing over there, Josh's golden chest rig.
He has it set up pretty darn well, to be honest.
Why don't you explain a little bit about what's going on in there?
Okay. All right. So, if y'all are not aware, on our website, we're currently selling a couple pieces of gear from Griffin. I believe we got a gun bag, the Dragon Spine belt system by Griffin, as well as the Griffin Golem chest rig. Now, this is probably one of the most affordable pieces of gear I've ever seen. For this chest rig, you know, you're going to get it for about $15 with, like, prior to using our coupon code, so you're going to be able to drop the price even further. But it comes pre-installed with these 3 triple M4 magazine pouches. They're sewn in, so you're not going to be able to remove them, but there is MOLLE real estate on either side. But what's really cool about this is, you know, it's $15. You're going to get a chest rig that already has like 3 pouches you're going to need to be able to carry 9 magazines. You also have a mat pouch right here, which is actually really big. It goes all the way to the sides and all the way as deep as the chest rig goes. But you also get these really wide shoulder straps, which is very nice for a chest rig that affordable. But, I mean, mainly, like, this is just a really great rig to get out and play with very affordably. But as you can see, like, Josh has customized it to make it more personal. He's got his personal HK-45 here. He's got 9 magazines right here. He's got his Keep Calm and Return Fire patch right here, which I'm actually very jealous of. GITV patch and G-code patch. But he also added 2 pouches. He's got a utility pouch on the side, and he was able to actually put his Lancer Tactical rubber bayonet in here, and it's actually a ridiculously effective spot for it because he can just get it out real quick and not have any issues, and people aren't going to really be able to come up and grab it off him without him seeing them. He also put in 2 Spectre double M4 magazine pouches on the side, thereby giving him 13 mags, which is ridiculous. Actually, I take it back. He's got the HK-45 here, so it's really only 10 mags.
Well, he could carry more, actually, because each of the mag pouches that are sewn into the Golem chest rig will hold 3 AR magazines.
Yeah, there's got 3 right here.
Oh, he does?
Yeah,
Okay.
so 3, 3, 2, 2.
Oh.
So in the Spectre pouches, he's got 2 apiece.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But in the,
had he had 3 in here, he would have had 13.
But, you know, he basically did what I would have done, which is, you know, I always carry a sidearm, I always carry a melee weapon, and then you've got your, you know, a lot of different M4 magazines, and then some extra stuff in this utility pouch. So, pretty solid piece of kit. I'm actually really excited about these.
It's not that bad. I mean, you think for $15 you're going to get a poor quality piece of gear, but it's actually really well made. The fact that you have really wide shoulder straps out here is going to help, you know, I don't know, spread out the weight on your shoulders as opposed to a really thin strap. And obviously the MOLLE pouches on here is evidence that the MOLLE spacing on this rig is proper. So you can add pouches to it. That's a lot of that's one of the problems that you have sometimes with buying cheap tactical gear that's not well made. You know, the spacing's messed up, you can't really put pouches on here. This is cheap and it is well made, and you can even add to it if you want to. So the Golem chest piece is definitely chest rig, chest piece, chest hair, anything you're going to want to look at for $15 and under. And also the belt system.
The Dragon Spine
belt system is definitely also another piece of equipment that you should look into if you're on a budget.
Yeah, I mean, if you are looking for a belt rig, it's $15, same price as this, and you're going to get 2 triple M4 magazine pouches along with a dump/recovery pouch, which is pretty awesome for $15 because I know, like, from some other manufacturers, those recovery/dump pouches.
They're $20 by themselves.
No. Some of the ones I was looking at today, which are on the affordable end, were between $10 and $15.
Yeah.
That's just for one.
Just for the thing, though. But you get the belt and the extra magazine pouches for effectively the same price.
It's ridiculous.
And I did look it up. We have the GHK G5 on our website for $295. And each magazine is $59.50, but it does not say anything about our gift system on here. So I believe you can use coupon codes with this item
Oh yeah, you
and
can.
bring the price down even more.
You can do that with the mags too, I'm assuming. Right?
Yes, yes. As
That's
long as
sick.
it doesn't qualify for the gift system, it will qualify for coupon codes.
Wow.
So that's one of the benefits of shopping with GI. We do our best to get you guys a discount, and when we can't do that, we try to give you guys hooked up with our gift system.
Well, not only that, we have the 2% rewards back, right?
Yeah, on every dollar you spend, you get 2% rewards back. You know, it's kind of a loyalty program that we've got. So
It adds up over
going
time.
on. Oh, definitely.
I mean, ask Greg Wong. Jesus.
Oh yeah, that guy can probably buy a whole like loadout and gun with his rewards points. He spent so much money with this.
Yeah, he does.
Boom. But yeah, we do have this gun. I've asked Josh to bring us another gas blowback gun that I think people might be interested in seeing.
Why don't you hit up the comments real quick?
Yet. Oh yeah. You read the comments. I'm going to ask Josh for that other gun. I'll be right back.
When do you think you will come to Florida? This is from Michael Garippo. We don't have any current plans that I can talk about that we are coming to Florida, but if we do, we will make sure to mention it very far ahead of time. I definitely want to come out there just because, I'll answer this question in a second, just because I've always had a fun time every time I've been in Florida, and I've never airsofted there. Echo 1-1, Tim, you're awesome. Bob, I have a Space Marine based off of you. Hopefully I can send it to you. God bless you, sir. God bless you. I just found the rest of my Space Marine army, or excuse me, the rest of a Space Marine army that my buddy lent me or gave to me when he went off for Army basic training, and it is massive. So I can't wait to have another game this week. I've actually been kind of playing around with, having Imperial Guard. I actually just used an entire Tau army last time, and man, do they have firepower. So I appreciate that, Echo 1-1. Tim.
Hey, Bob.
This is the KWA AK.
That was not very safe.
It was empty. I checked before.
Okay. Wait, that AK has the blind fire mechanism, or not the blind fire mechanism.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just still don't feel comfortable in that. Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys aren't aware, this is the KWA AK. Is there a special moniker for AKG 74M?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is really, really cool. I've been waiting for this for a long time. A couple external features. It's basic AK stuff. You have a polymer handguard, polymer stock, but this is a side-folding stock. And one of the features on here that I think is very thoughtful is the fact that it comes pre-installed with this side rail mount. What?
Your reaction.
Can you go back and show me the reaction?
Yeah. Oh, this is fantastic.
It did scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
It's a little too far back.
There we go.
Looking at the reaction, waiting for it.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, I don't know where it is.
It's gonna happen soon. Sorry, guys, we're just watching my reaction get scared out of me.
For the third time.
For the third time.
I'm gonna cut this up and put it as Tim scares the crap out of Bob. Part 3.
You can tell I'm not too happy about it. Thanks, Tim.
Well,
Thanks.
you know what? I checked to make sure it was empty beforehand.
Yeah, whatever.
I put it in blank fire mode, which is what it's for.
Yeah. And I think that's, as far as training purposes, I think KWA really did themselves because, I personally think that the LM4 or the RM4 are probably some of the best training rifles around as far as law enforcement. That's my own personal opinion. I know people are going to have different opinions. But as far as, using this to train an OP4 with, this is a really good OP4 gun because, you can set it to blank fire and you can just have the noise and the action. And that's really good for what, a lot of other people are trying to train with. So that's really cool. I'm so happy this is here.
Yeah, it's a cool gun. I mean, especially when they announced it a little while ago, people have been waiting for it. I know that a lot of people have been waiting to get an AK built with KWA's quality because everybody knows that their M4s are really well made, but they haven't dabbled in the AK market, and so this is their jump into it. I still know that a lot of people are waiting for the ERG AK. This is obviously, well, we're gonna have to wait on that one.
Yeah, I don't know when that's coming out. We don't have a definite ETA on that one. So, but yeah, I'm really excited this year. Do you know how much this is for?
$379.95. We haven't gotten the okay yet to put this up for pre-sale, so this is just a sample that we have, so you can look at it while we have it on the live show. We've done a video on it on YouTube that you can watch and salivate over it some more, but you have to stand by until we can put it up on our website for pre-order, because we don't have a definitive date yet for the release of the gun.
Pretty darn cool.
But once we get the date, it should be up for pre-order ASAP. Yes, Bob? Are you getting back at me for scaring the crap out of you?
Nah, this is not much of a get back.
Good lord. Yeah.
I want to just fill up like one of your water bottles with laxative one day.
Ooh, that would not be a good day.
Been there, done that. Okay. Well, do you want to refresh the comments?
Do they need to be reversed?
They haven't moved for a while.
Come on, YouTube, get on top of your crap.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Parker Riley. This is an excellent hat.
That is a very cool hat. Mike from Shellback Tactical. Can't say enough good things about that guy. So, we've got one more producto to really take a look at today, and that is this piece right here. This is a Banshee plate carrier that is owned by Gluteus Maximus Marcus Aurelius, which is the long name, it's not really a nickname, for Mark, who is in our marketing team here. And he took the Tactical Universal Clip out to play at Tech City. He connected it to his LM4, which I have right here. As you can see, the premise of this object is to clip into the holster right here. I've got a peg on my LM4 buffer tube, and it just whoop, slides in like that, and it holds your gun, as opposed to having a sling wrapped around your body or anything like that. Now, this product was developed, I believe, by either a current or retired law enforcement officer. I think Daniel from our sales force has a little bit more information on that, but it's clearly a very well-made item. The peg is made out of aluminum. The holster that sits in is made out of Delrin, which is a very high-quality plastic. And you basically just put it on your gear, put the clip or the peg on your gun, and then you're good to go. Now, Mark said that with his experience using this on the field, he actually prefers it to a one-point sling because it keeps the rear of the gun very secure. He's able to run a lot easier by having one hand on the front of his gun, and he's able to run to position, pull this off of his gear, and get ready to go, as opposed to holding onto his gun with either his right hand or left hand being less secure with his sling.
See, I would think that you want to have a little bit of downward pressure on that, because if you're running around and it just, like, it moves up a little bit,
Yeah.
like, it could just come out.
Well, that's what Mark was actually, that was the key thing that I asked Mark when we did a video about it, is if he was worried at all, if it happened at all, where the Tactical Universal Clip came out of his rig. Now, you have to keep in mind, he's standing straight up, and just the sheer weight of it, of the gun, and the fact that the tolerances are so tight between the saddle and the peg, he didn't have that issue at all. And in fact, Frank put it on a rig and was jumping around with it, and he said that he had to jump, unrealistically high on purpose to try to make it fall out.
Wow.
And so any normal circumstances while you're using this thing, you should be fine. It's going to stay in place, and you're going to be able to deploy your gun when you're ready to use it, and put it back in its holster when it's not ready to go. And it's actually going to stay pretty secure on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
It's basically just going to do that movement.
Yeah, and honestly, you can pair this with one of those things that hold onto your gun while they're in the sling. I forget what it's called exactly.
Oh, weapons catch.
Yeah, the weapons catch.
Yeah, I
You
have
can pair
one.
this with a weapons catch.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not gonna
that would
move at
work
all,
great.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is the Tactical Universal Clip. You can take a look at it on our website. It's for sale for $80. It's a lot more than your average sling out there, but it's definitely going to last longer.
It's also very unique, too.
It's extremely unique, yeah. And so if you're looking for a new way to impress your friends or just be one of those, airsoft hipsters that's got all the new stuff that no one else has,
Cool.
this Tactical Universal Clip is definitely the way to go. And I have to say, something like this could catch on. To be honest with you, who did I get it? I got an email from somebody a long time ago. I think it was from somebody from ITW, telling me about their fast mags and stuff like that, and they wanted us to carry it like years ago, and I was like, something like that's never going to catch on. I forwarded to the purchasers anyway, because it's not my call whether you want to carry, whether we carry stuff on our website. It's up to the purchasers and obviously our boss. But I was just like, man, that's never going to catch on. Lo and behold, a couple years later, ITW is this huge company. It's like, oh, foot in mouth moment. So
I asked a manager in the entertainment industry, I was like, hey, what is the biggest screw up or biggest mistake you've ever made? He's like, well, Bob, one day, I was interviewing people who wanted to be managed by my firm, and Lucy Liu came in, and she wasn't a name in the industry, and gave her headshot and resume. He's like, you're never going to be anything. Get out of my office. And then like a year later, she's like, Kill Bill.
Yep.
So that happens.
Lucy Liu. Yeah, those type of things actually happen a lot. I
Oh,
heard that a lot of managers turned down the Rolling Stones back in the day in England because they were like, oh, you guys are never going to make it big. And the Stones, man. It's synonymous with rock and roll right now.
Dude, someone even said, like, wouldn't manage the Doors. They're like, you're not going to be successful with a name like the Doors.
You know, it's funny because I think it's those type of conversations that really light fire under people's asses.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
just like, you know what, man, I'm gonna make it just because you said not to, just because you said I would.
It's like, I'm spiteful, so I'm going to be successful.
All right, so I'm not gonna say anything about the Tactical Universal Clip because who knows? It could be the new fad in Airsoft in the near future. I definitely see the utility used for it. I think it's unique, and the price is definitely reflective of that. But you know, it's useful. It's definitely useful, and I don't know. I mean, I have had very few problems with slings, you know, getting jumbled up on me. But I could definitely foresee one of the things that Mark said was a huge advantage for him is because there's nothing tethering the gun to your gear, switching from left hand to right hand was really simple.
I'm sure it's so much easier.
Now, if you have the ASAP sling adapter that moves from the left to right side, you're not going to have that problem anyway. But in this particular case, he doesn't have that on his gun. And so not having like a sling tethering your gun to your body is going to be super helpful, especially if you're transitioning from left to right hand.
Oddly enough, I don't like that ASAP sling adapter just because
It
makes noise. And, you know, I have a lot of crap on my gear, but usually when I set it up properly, I don't make much noise.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, you wouldn't have to worry about this because there's no loose parts on the Tactical Universal Clip. So,
can you put the Tactical Universal Clip on the Lancer Tactical JPC cummerbund?
as long as there's modeling, you should be able to put it somewhere.
I mean, I probably wouldn't want to put it on the cummerbund, but it's all about personal preference, I guess.
I mean, the thing, there are Velcro like straps that keep this thing attached to wherever you want to attach it to. So if you could wrap it around the cummerbund securely, then there's no reason why. I mean, this is made to be mounted to MOLLE, but it could easily be attached to other devices, a belt, a cummerbund, whatever. So long as you can secure it with these straps, and as long as it's secure, then the peg is secure on the gun, then you're going to be good to go.
J.E. the Airsofter, I think you're Jeremiah, if I remember correctly. I can't do Operation Flat Timmy just yet, unless I'm thinking about something differently. This is a fellow I talked to on customer service.
Okay.
You worried?
I'm immediately afraid for my life.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I might have you just do the live show by yourself.
Oh, come on now.
I'm worried to stand in close proximity to you.
What's up, Stag TV 0 or O? Yeah, definitely. We missed GamePod Combat Zone. That was one heck of a great field.
Yeah, that was super fun. I actually got an email from, and this is not a knock on Combat Zone. It's just how awesome Timbers Bob was. Some people went back to GamePod that wasn't a TVB day. They still had a good day, but they said that their best time airsofting was at TVB5 at GamePod. So that was really cool to hear. That's, like I said, not a knock on Combat Zone at all. It's a great field, but the TVB5 game was a lot of fun.
And they pulled out a lot of stops to make it a TVB event.
Yeah, so I'm sure that they didn't allow a lot of things, so they, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how often they pull out their vehicle either. So
I don't know. I've only played there that once. So
yeah, I assume they would save it for games or days when they're like pretty filled up. So
I mean, if it works, there's no reason why they can't pull it out there. But pull it out there.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Looks like someone is using someone else's account. Airsoft GI doing custom paint jobs or that liquid dipping method. We actually, I believe, contracted out for some of those hydro dip guns.
We did. We sent out a couple of stocks to test for somebody to hydro dip for us. Haven't received those back yet. A lot of people have been asking us about custom painted guns or just some sort of painting thing in general. We don't have the ability yet to paint or hydro dip guns in-house, and so what we have to do is contract out for that. But when we do that, there's obviously lead times and other stuff and reliability issues, and so we haven't really found a reliable source that we can do that for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
And to meet within the timelines of our tech work. So until we have the opportunity or the ability to do that ourselves, that's just going to be kind of up in limbo for now.
I will say, though, that one of the custom guns that came out of the Top Tech Challenge, Spencer's custom, I believe, DMR, he personally spray painted that, and it looks awesome, and it's sold quickly, I believe. Yeah. So,
it's already sold?
I thought so.
What? That doesn't surprise me. Actually, it looks really cool.
Hellhound Airsoft 1, there's your shout out.
Yes. Dark Jester, can you R-hop a Miracle Barrel? I think that you can. And it seems to me that it should work well for the R-hop system, although we haven't tested that specific modification out, and so I can't tell you for sure. Now, keep in mind, the R-Hop and the Miracle Barrel, they're two different systems, and they're not really meant to be compared with one another because they do two different things. The idea behind the R-Hop, well, actually, no, I'm sorry. The idea behind the Miracle Barrel is that you can just change your stock barrel out and see an improvement in accuracy and a little bit of distance without any other modifications. Now, the R-Hop may work better to give you a lot more range of your gun, and I think that it does, actually. However, it requires a lot of filing and fitting of that rubber piece up there, and if you're not inclined enough to do that, or if you don't know anyone that can do that for you, then you're kind of out of luck. And so the Miracle Barrel is kind of like an easier solution to get a little bit better accuracy out of your gun. If you really want to just really shoot your BB out there far, the R-Hop is probably going to be the way to go, but you really have to install it right, and it takes a lot of trial and error to get the R-Hop to be perfectly fitted and working properly in your gun. So if you don't have the time or the tools or the gumption to do that, the Miracle Barrel is probably going to be the best solution for you. If you do have the time, the tools, and the know-how in the R-Hop barrel, then just go ahead and do that. I think you're going to be very pleased with the results.
See. All right, now some free money is asking where's the store located. We have actually two retail stores. We've got one in Walnut, California, as well as one in Chesterfield, Virginia. If you go to airsoftgi.com, right below the main banner, you can see those two shops. You can just click on them. We'll give you the address. Let's see. Someone else asked if we had any thoughts of coming out to either Connecticut or New York for Tim versus Bob.
Sorry, Bob. I must interrupt you. Our tech Aaron has said no R-Hop on Miracle Barrel, too much down pressure.
That is a good
so
timing.
He has, yes, he's probably watching our show. Excellent timing, Aaron. Thank you
Excellent
for
work.
clearing that up for our viewers. So yeah, if you want to R-Hop a barrel, don't use a Miracle Barrel. If you know how to R-Hop, go ahead and do that. If you don't, the Miracle Barrel is a good, easier install solution for you.
All right.
Says he has an R-Hop on his Miracle Barrel. Venom's Airsoft. Venom as Airsoft. Venom AZ Airsoft? Arizona Airsoft? Venom Arizona? Sure. White Jaws 1. Hello. I really like Jaws, the movie.
Yeah. This time it's personal. That's what it says on one of the posters.
Oh, really? For like the sequel or something?
Yeah, things like Jaws 2 or Jaws 3.
Okay.
I remember when they had like one of the Jaws at like a SeaWorld type resort. That was scary.
I'm going to have Mark bring it in again.
Oh, will you?
Yeah, it'll be the topic of our discussion.
Greg Wong was just here. You can't see him right now, but he's saying that we should do one custom gun painted a month, and he suggested Cryptek.
Cryptek paint.
That cool.
Would be cool. It also just, I don't know anything about painting guns, but it looks like a really time intensive process. Yeah, to Cryptek.
Well, if you just hydro dip it, it's really not time. I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
Regular hydro dipping is time intensive, but that's hydro dipping in Cryptek is not any more time intensive than hydro dipping in anything.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. So, it's just a whoop. I'm sure it's a little more than that, but whoop. Yes, that one is magnified, actually. Matthew Glauber.
Yeah.
So, Bob, I'm having Mark bring in a gun of mine that I think is better than the M4. Do you know what gun I'm talking about? No. I think that if you're going to buy an M4, you might as well get another gun, which is the gun that I'm having Mark bring in. That I happen to own in addition to many M4s.
You don't own a shotgun.
Huh?
You don't own a shotgun.
No, but that wouldn't be what I would suggest.
Oh, okay.
Is better than
Scar?
M4. The Scar.
Ah.
I think the Scar is a really good replacement for the M4.
I think it is too, but we actually just got some Classic Army Sportline Scars that are ridiculously affordable. That's not the Classic Army.
This is my Scar.
Oh yeah.
So I think the Scar is better than the M4, and I have to be completely honest. When the Scar first came to market, and I heard about it and looked at it, I was like, ugh, that thing is really ugly. But it really has grown on me enough so that I have two of them now. One in this version, one in the don't clarify what you're about to clarify. One in the CQB version. I know exactly what you're going to say. But yeah, I mean, the Scar is a super duper cool gun.
God, I want to say it so bad.
Well, I mean, just think about it. What are you going to buy an M4 for?
M4?
Well, I mean, so
you're going to buy an M4. It's customizable. You can get the magazines and any variety of accessories you possibly want.
Yeah, and all that is really great. But then the Scar is really awesome right out of the box. It has the monolithic upper rail. You can put your optics anywhere you want.
A lot of rail estate.
A lot of rail estate. The stock is super high tech. It's got the cheek riser, it's got the side folding feature, and it extends. And one thing that I like about it is that the stock actually sits a little bit lower than the upper receiver, and so mounting optics on it is much better for airsoft use, especially if you're using full face mask.
You also get flip up front and rear iron sights, and you get a lot of sling mounts that come on here standard, which I can tell you you've used the heck out of. But
You know, actually, this was a gun that was given to me, and it was already broken. And I got it from that friend of ours that whose name starts with a G and ends with a N.
I gotta say, probably my favorite part about it is the fact that the magazine release and the fire selector are ambidextrous.
Ambi. Yep.
But
The charging handle can move to the left or right side, and I've actually moved it to the right because I prefer it right there. And actually, yeah, the box comes on the left side.
I mean, this one probably cost you a pretty penny if you were to buy it just.
Yeah, I believe it's for sale for $385.
But we actually, we've been carrying for a little while, but we now have more affordable options, which is the Classic Army Mark 16. It's a SCAR style gun, and it goes for, I believe, $189.99.
Yes, I think you're right.
$110 cheaper. I mean, it does have a polymer upper and lower, but
$200 cheaper. If this gun's $380.
Oh, you said $380? I thought you said $309. Okay, yeah.
No,
So that's $200.
Let's double check that.
Wow, that's awesome.
G and G SCAR. I think it's $380. Correct me if I'm wrong. Internet. Oh, $399. There you go. It's over $200 cheaper than the Classic Army SCAR is.
Wow.
The price compared to a good M4 is probably a little bit more than you would spend. I would say that you're probably going to spend around $300 on a good M4. This G&G version, this G&G version is a little more expensive than that. But like I said, the features more than make up for it. G&G makes a good gun. I haven't modified this gun at all. It's completely stock, and it has been working really well for me. I used it in stock form at Route 66. And actually, this is a really old version of the SCAR that only shoots about 350 or so, but because it's so old, it actually only shoots about 320 with 2 O's. So with 2 5s, but with 2 5s, it only shot like 290. And I was still out having fun at Route 66. I was able to kill some people. I didn't quite have the range that the higher FPS guns had, but you make up for that by moving closer, and you're good to go.
Now, someone's asking where the battery goes in this gun. It's going to go in the stock.
Yes, it is. You're going to have to take the butt pad off, which is a little bit of a labor-intensive process.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, especially in comparison to other guns. But you will have to take the butt pad off and take the stock off, and then put your battery in there. Actually, that is one feature I liked about the Echo 1 and D-Boy SCAR, is that the battery compartment was actually in the cheek rest, so this would rise up, and you just put it right in there. So that was even easier. But the G&G version and the VFC version, you kind of have to take off the butt pad and disassemble the stock a little bit. But it really is not that bad. And to be honest with you, it's a great gun. And the more that I had this gun set up this way, the more I really just want to get out and use it, as opposed to my other M4s, because internally they're virtually the same. I mean, it's not a version 2 gearbox, I don't think, but it does take a lot of the same upgrades. The barrel length is the same. The hop performance is not going to be any different than a standard M4, but the look and functionality of it is definitely worthwhile.
Tim, Ginger Ninja and Cafes asking, would you recommend a Polar Star for a 15-year-old?
Sure. If you can afford it, why not?
Yeah, Polar Stars are very expensive kits all put together, but they are also very reliable and very adjustable. So, if that's the thing you want. I mean, I personally, I don't like Polar Stars as most everyone else in the office because I like having feedback in the airsoft gun I use. And, what I mean by that is I like feeling some sort of recoil or the fact that I'm holding an actual gun, whereas a Polar Star, it kind of feels like you're holding a hose. But the fact of the matter is they are incredibly reliable and incredibly adjustable. So, if you can afford it, it is a pretty sweet setup.
My take on Polar Stars is if you're looking for the ultimate in performance, because it's very tunable as far as FPS and rate of fire goes, and you have the budget for it, then a Polar Star is definitely the route to go. I mean, it is kind of a bummer that you have to run a tank and a line, and so it's kind of like a paintball gun in that respect. You don't get the realism of, boom, just the gun. But, if you're not into realism, you just want the best airsoft performance out there, the Polar Star is going to be hard to beat. And reliability-wise, because there are so few moving parts, they don't go down very often. Yeah, I mean, in this gun you have the motors turning. It's turning 3 sets of gears. The piston's moving back and forth, and then the spring is pushing it forward. The tappet plate is moving. There's a lot of moving parts in here, but in the Polar Star, you've got like a little solenoid to let some air in, and maybe a couple of other things, but that's it. I mean, there's very few moving parts. And, the components on the inside really aren't under pressure. The pressure is held in the tank and in the lines. and in the valves and stuff like that. But as far as the mechanical components of the gun go, it's solid. But like we mentioned before, the downside is it's pretty pricey.
Now, Tim, someone's asking, will you guys ever restock the PTW?
The System Professional Training Weapon, as far as I know, is being redesigned, and there's a new version coming out. So yes, we will restock the PTW. It is not going to be the same as the PTWs of Airsoft Past, but it still might be compatible with some of the same components. I don't know. I don't know enough about it yet, but it will be available in the near future.
Venom AZ Airsoft. I'm not a Polar Star hater. I just have an opinion that, if I had the choice, I probably wouldn't use one just because, again, I like having feedback.
There's different types of airsoft, and there's different people that like different things, and they want different things out of their gun. Bob wants realism.
I do want realism. However, I will gladly take teammates that are rocking Polar Stars because they are very effective. Jet gunned down so many Imperial Guardsmen fighting from my side at Tim versus Bob 4 and 4.5. So good Lord, remember when I sent 60 rebels at that machine gun bunker that you had like 2 Polar Star 240 Bravos at?
Mm-hmm.
They gunned down 60 troopers.
Yeah.
It was a bitchin' crossfire, so I cannot doubt their effectiveness.
They're very effective.
I just gotta say, personal preference, I like more realism in my guns.
Yeah, so definitely.
Yeah.
So it really depends. I mean, if you're into realism, you're not going to be into the Polar Star. You're probably going to want something like the KWA LM4, or maybe the gas blowback AK that they're coming out with,
Or the RM4.
Or the RM4. Like, those are more realistic airsoft guns, to a certain extent. I mean, it's not going to get as realistic as a real gun. If you want to do that, you're going to have to go shoot real guns. But there is people that like performance, there's people that like realism, people that don't care. So, I know a lot of guys that have Polar Stars that also have other guns too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just because you're a Polar Star guy doesn't necessarily mean you can't like other guns.
Tim and Bob, any news on the Texas GI store and any new Real Steel purchases?
No.
Classified.
No news yet.
Classified.
C.
Yep.
Best mag pouches for 417. Well, obviously, you're going to need a very big magazine pouch, something that fits a 7.62 sized
Taco
magazine.
pouch?
The Taco pouch, I think they make a 7.6. Do they make a 7.62?
I just thought the regular taco pouch would fit.
It probably will stretch out and actually fit.
I can fit my grenades in it.
Definitely. But
Mm-hmm.
the pouch that came to my mind is the Blue Force Gear SR25 pouches. Those are definitely going to work really well.
Yeah.
The 10-speed pouches, the elastic ones, definitely take a look at those. Blue Force Gear, awesome gear. If you want something that's not like anything else on the market, Blue Force Gear is definitely the way to go, especially if you're looking for a high-speed, low-drag setup, because all their stuff is really lightweight.
We carry M1 carbines, don't we?
I believe we do.
Do you want to check real quick?
Sure.
I will. Now, I really like the vertical grip and flashlight you have on here. It is a bit bulky, but I think it gives it a very aggressive look. We actually sell something similar that's on our website right now. I think it's a Night Evolution site.
Night Evolution probably makes something like that. Looks like Marushin makes an M1.
Oh, it's
gas
a SEMA.
blowback
Oh, that's a
gun.
spring. Yeah.
Okay, so we have the Marushin Full Metal Real Wood M1 carbine. It's
CO2
powered, but it's made by Marushin. It's going to be a well-made gun. We also have a spring version made by SEMA if you're just looking for something to plink around with, or something to be a movie prop in a World War II movie you might be making. Then that's probably going to work out for you because that one's much more affordable. Yeah, but if I recall correctly, this should be a gas blowback gun.
Well, CO2 powered.
Maybe it's the M2 carbine. Marushin had a gas blowback M2, and they also made the M1 Garand gas blowback.
That was an 8
So I might be
millimeter.
mistaken. Yeah, it's an 8mm.
Dude, at our opening for the East Coast walk-in store, one of the gentlemen out there was saying, like, man, I can't wait for the sale to be over because the second it's over, I'm buying that gas blowback 8mm M1. I've been looking for that for years, and nobody has it. And I can't remember.
Why is he waiting for the sale to be over?
So that he could personally purchase it.
He was buying it at the sale.
I guess he didn't want to take up company time to make a purchase.
That's what the sale was for. Oh, are you talking about one of our guys?
One of our employees.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about a customer. Like, why did you just
No. But the funny thing is, that employee, some guy came and was like, "Hey, man, I've been looking all over for this 8mm M1, and he had to be the one to sell it to that customer." And he was like, "Here's your bird." Yeah, he was so upset.
Well, I think we have more. I'm sure we can get.
We only had one over there.
Ooh. Well, I think that we have more total inventory, so we can ship
I
out
hope
there
so.
if need be.
I would hope so.
That is ironic, though, that he was the one that had to make that sale.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked over and saw it go down. I was like, ooh, he is an unhappy camper right now.
Minus more sets.
Yeah.
isn't it ironic?
Jeez.
Whew. So, Bob, you actually also have a scar.
I also have a scar. I believe it's a G&G scar as well. It's actually pretty darn similar to that one.
You have a G&G one too?
Mhm.
What was the classic memory?
I'm not sure.
When you
Actually.
took to Irene, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
What's the classic memory?
You sure?
I'm,
You know, it's fine. I just never really
I
looked
thought
at
it was
very
classic
close.
memory, and then you said G&G, so
No.
now you got me questioning myself.
Indeed, you should. Yeah, they worked really well. I mean, at the time, like, you know, I wasn't into lipos or anything. I just had my nickel metal hydride batteries, and, you know, I had a good time with that. So
I remember that because I was editing your headcam footage, and you saw the Rangers coming through the room. You're like, Rangers coming in the middle! But your gun was kind of anticlimactic because it didn't really, like, fire like that crazy.
Pop, 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 pop. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't have the high rate of fire because it was stock and it was using nickel metal
You still
hydride.
kill people, though.
Oh, we killed me and like
Yeah.
the other dude. We got the whole squad, so
Yeah.
that was pretty
But
righteous.
it was just kind of funny looking at the footage. You're expecting a little bit more out of that.
Well, if I had an LM4, it would have been cooler.
Well, yeah, because it would have been.
Pop, 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 pop.
I think
Yeah.
even LM4 firing full auto fires faster than your scar does.
Well, the LM4 firing on semi, if I fire the trigger fast, it fires faster than the damn scar.
Probably true.
But I don't know. I had a good time with the scar. It worked out really well.
Scars do work out well. You used it in Operation Irene. I used this one at Route 66. Good gun.
Yeah.
Solid gun.
What happened to all the MP5s? We actually have some MP5s available. They're by Umrex, the ones with 3-shot burst,
Yes, they're
Yes.
made by VFC.
which is awesome.
It is awesome. They are licensed by H&K, so it has all the legit markings on it. Those would definitely be a good set of guns to check out because we have the A5 and the A4. So if you like full stock, got that one. If you like one for Counter-Strike with the extendable stock, we have that one.
That's the one I prefer because it's from Counter-Strike. Also
I
clear.
swore it was the A4 that was
And you were wrong, and I proved you wrong.
Yes, you did.
Thank you. I actually got into it because it was used in the movie Clear and Present Danger, and I really like that setup. This guy was rocking a bolt-action sniper
No, I've
rifle.
never got a gun because it was used in that movie. Yeah, I mean, when Jet brought in the Elite Force Uzi for the first time, he was like, this was used by Chuck Force and Delta Force. And I was like, what? Who cares?
Well,
Like,
you haven't seen Delta Force, have you?
I probably have. It's like one of those movies you have to have seen, but I don't recall seeing it because I've only seen it once, probably.
Yeah.
But, you know, those older movies are kind of hard to get into with the cheesy action and stuff like that, but it was good at the time. The first thing that comes to mind is actually Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen.
Oh, yeah, I remember that
It's
movie.
like an action movie. I think everyone's seen it, but it's just kind of cheesy nowadays.
Cali Boy, go on. There you go.
Where do
Airsoft,
you guys get your airsoft? At Airsoft GI. Duh.
Airsoft Rush, what was your question? The comments have gone down so far, we can't see it right now. Yes, we do get all of
The
our
Dark Jester has been asking about SHS versus Prometheus barrels. I haven't had any experience with an SHS barrel, so I can't really say. But Prometheus barrels, I do have a little bit of experience with. I had one installed in my gun, but I don't know if I own that gun anymore. But it's a solid barrel. I believe they're made out of steel, which is a good material to make a barrel out of. It's going to be very strong, and it's going to be very heavy, so it's not going to move around inside, you know, the outer barrel of the gun. But you're going to pay a lot for Prometheus barrel, and you're probably not going to pay a lot for an SHS barrel because that's not really their modus operandi. But, I mean, whatever.
Okay. This is what Airsoft Rush was asking. I actually was going to ask you this question earlier because I don't have as much experience with it, but what are your thoughts on dual sector gear setups?
The best person to ask would be Mark, because I've never installed a DSG in a gun. I know that when installed properly, you can achieve an amazing rate of fire.
Yes.
That's never really been my focus, though, so...
There was an airsoft I met out in Atlanta, Georgia. Her name is Aaliyah. She's also called the P90 girl. She's got like 8 P90s, and one of her P90s she has a dual sector gear setup on.
I've been told, and I've seen
Ridiculous.
a lot of high rate of fire P90s. For some reason, the way the gearboxes are oriented, it's very easy to get to the gearbox and upgrade the gun, and then put it back together. And just the way it's put together is more reliable, I guess, than some other gearbox versions. But I have seen a lot of high rate of fire P90s. But I don't have enough experience with the DSG to really give you a lot of information about that. There are resources you can go to online where guys experiment with stuff like that. Do a little quick Google search, I'm sure you'll find it.
Lego King 112. There you go.
You're just rolling out with the shadows.
Does Josh? Well, the comments are going so fast. Does Josh have a Predator face mask? Not yet.
Oh, that would be perfect for
You listening, Josh?
A predator mask. Why didn't we think of this before?
I had mentioned it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I never heard it.
Ross is like,
Ross doesn't like predator?
no,
We'll give Ross a Danny
I mean,
mask, then.
he'd rather have like the golf shorts than the predator face mask. So, you know,
Speaking of
salmon
golf
colored
shorts,
shirt.
dude, I went golfing the other day. I'm terrible at that game. I need to play more often.
I'm really good at putting and chipping. Driving.
That was the
Here I
thing,
go.
is that I was using my driver off the tee and I was all over the place. And so I
Yeah.
hands off the tee. And then I started shooting better. But anywho, well, I think the last time I played golf was last year, so it's definitely not something I do regularly.
If we get a chance, we should go to Peter Hay because you can just use your irons.
Yeah, seriously. You should go to Peter Hay. What are you doing in a couple months? I'm going to have some free time.
They just had the Concourse d'Elegance up there.
I know! I want to go to that again. Can we
Yeah.
go?
Are we going to actually go to the Concourse, or we just?
Yeah,
gonna...
we should take like a week off and just do it.
Tim and I actually went to the Concourse d'Elegance, which you guys don't know. I said it was like basically a dog show for cars, but it is a.
It is, actually.
It really is. But we should ran into Arnold Schwarzenegger there.
We did.
Yeah, and he's
We didn't run into him.
no, because I would have been
Physically
looking
into
over
him,
him.
yeah.
But remember how short
He's
he was?
surprisingly short.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. Arnold Schwarzenegger was like 5.
I'm pretty
3 or
sure
4.
that was
Mistress?
the mistress there.
Yeah, from Bakersfield. which
She lives in Bakersfield.
Yeah. Always got to bring that one up. Anything connected to Bakersfield, Bob wants to know.
Well, it was a bit shocking.
It was.
A bit shocking. So,
I suppose.
I
was shocked how short he was, that's all.
Yeah, he just walked around like this. Yeah.
Dude, we didn't run into Jay Leno when we were there,
No.
one of the funny stories that your mom has told me is when she ran into Jay Leno and she was just like, God, your head is so big.
Yeah.
And she just came out and said that right away.
She has just a really bad habit of like saying what's on her mind, no filter.
Yeah.
And
But that's what makes her funny.
you know the Secret Service story, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's a great story.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, someone had a question and it's all gone now. I can't remember. Gilly Smith, there's your shout out and also your question. Can I use a LiPo in a G4 9-inch Spec V? So basically, can you use a LiPo in a Spec V rail system? Or maybe he's just talking about the F and G4
If you're
Spec V.
using a G4, it should be wired to the back.
Yeah, so
if
you
you've
should
got
be able
one
to put a
of those
LiPo in
nunchuck
there.
LiPos, it should be fine. Now, if you're asking if a LiPo fit under the barrel of one, that probably will not work, actually.
Tim, I got a really important statement for you. Hockey Guns Knives wants you to twerk now, so get to it. I'll be Robin Thicke. You can be Miley Cyrus. Did you see the VMAs? No, it's for the best.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I'll show you afterward, and you're going to be
Okay.
disgusted. How much discount do you get at GI? Well, if you place your order before the end of the day today,
Yes.
you can take advantage of our coupon code, which is expiring today, Ginger Ninja and Cafe. Excellent name, by the way. If you use Labor Day 2013, you can get 20% off our online store. But if you wait till after today, it's going to revert back to, I believe, either our other coupon codes or...
Yeah, it'll revert back to whatever it was before the Labor Day promotion. So you can get 20% off. That promo is ending today at $23.59. So at the end of the day, once the clock strikes 12, you're going to be asked out. You're not going to be able to get that coupon. So 20% off the Labor... What? Oh, yeah, 20% off with the Labor Day coupon. So you're going to want to jump on that because there's only a couple hours, not a couple hours, but about 7 hours, a little less than 7 hours left that you can take advantage of that.
Gilly Smith, there's your shout out. Is Arnold still the governor in California? No, our current governor is Democrat Jerry Brown. He's actually the governor quite a long time ago, I believe in the 70s as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's re-governed.
Yes.
Is that a word?
No. Well, maybe, I don't know.
So, wait, I thought California had that thing where you can only serve 2 terms of government.
I believe...
Did he serve 1 term and not get reelected?
I'm not exactly sure how the term limits for governor work. Like, it's possible maybe, like, after a certain amount of time, like, you can have another term. I honestly am not sure specifically on that. I know
Any poli-sci majors out there that might be able to shed some light on this?
I know the state assembly and the state senate do have term limits.
Yeah.
Like, Kurt Hagelin is going to be termed out. What is that state senator who's the bane of Airsoft? Man, it's killing me.
Do you really not remember his name? Do you want to know his name?
I feel really stupid. Kevin. I'm literally blanking right now. I have a photo
Do
with the
you
guy.
want to know?
Yeah.
Oh. Kevin DeLeon?
Oh, so stupid. So stupid.
I thought you were playing.
No, I was,
you don't want
no,
to say it.
no, I was thinking it was like Kevin Del Castillo. Ooh, Jet's gonna hate me. But no, I just blanked on that. But I remember running into him right before one of the meetings. Well, kind of is, but I remember running into him right before the meetings, and he like didn't even want to talk to me. I was like, I saw you on TV. He's like, all right, I'll take a photo with you.
Yeah.
And then I took a photo and it has like I have an angry face on. Yeah. But yeah, he was just all about like publicity. So.
Yeah, I guess you kind of got to be in that line of business.
I don't know. I mean, Kurt's pretty down to earth.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what it takes to be a senator.
Kurt Hagman, when he was talking to some of his cohorts in the Capitol, and he's like, "Hey, so check this out. I've done all these damn news interviews that get a couple hundred views. I do one airsoft thing, and I'm popular. My kids are popular at school. I look like a badass. You got to get out there." So, I don't know. He's just a nice guy, and he plays.
Nice guy. And he plays airsoft.
Oh, I was gonna say he plays World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, dude, he took us to Blizzard. He was just like, oh yeah,
Good Blizzard.
introducing us to everybody at Blizzard.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Really cool dude.
Coolest game room I ever
guy
saw.
Kurt. It's gonna be a new meme.
What?
Cool guy Kurt.
Oh,
It's gonna be a new meme. ETA for G3 parts. Which parts are you looking for? Because I believe the G3 is a version 2 gearbox, so anything that works for at least the gearbox components will be fine. If you're looking for external stuff, you're going to be hard pressed to find some stuff for that.
That is true.
Yeah. So, Bob, we haven't made a lot of mention yet of your Rebel training camp.
No, we haven't, sadly. And
Why don't we explain a little bit to our viewers what the Rebel training camp is all about? First of all, October 19th is going to be the date. It's going to be at a Sea Village.
That's correct.
And it is geared towards newer players.
It's geared towards players that are 18 and under or who have less than a year of airsoft experience. Now, that's not to say that, if you want to attend, you can't. Yeah. But, everyone should know that, the game is going to be a bit simpler than our normal Tim vs. Bob games, actually quite a bit more so. Yeah. And, you can basically wear whatever uniform you want. We're going to separate out the teams, into two halves that day of. But it's basically just going to be a day of friendly force on force with a little bit of tactical training, and we are going to have much more experienced airsoft players out there in the field just to give tips, tricks, and just different methods of how to play airsoft while you're on the field. Because, we kind of talked about it, and, it is really cool to, hear people talk about stuff before, but once you get past, 10 minutes of hearing someone talk, and you're not, going to professionally train, you get kind of bored. So, we're going to get right into the games, and we're going to be able to give you tips and tricks and methods on the field of battle. Now, Jet from Desert Fox is going to be commanding the other side opposite me, but again, everyone's going to be rebels. It's just going to be a friendly force on force. We're also going to have a tactical gearhead competition for the person who dresses up as the best rebel trooper. We're not looking for high-speed, low-drag operators. This is basically the best rebel trooper. So, if you bring a JanSport backpack, you're able to carry a bunch of stuff in there, maybe a Musette bag, just a bunch of random stuff. I mean, shoot, Team Therapists at the most recent TVB, they dressed up all as Despicable Me minions. Before that, they were, I believe, Mexicans, or I'm not sure exactly. I think they just
came in.
They go as M's every year. No, they came in rainbow-colored ponchos, and they had beards taped onto their face masks, and they all had sombreros.
Oh, there was a
mariachi.
Oh, was it a mariachi?
It was somebody with an M. I know that.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe they were mariachis, but David Springborn had a problem saying sarape. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he kept calling it sriracha or something like that. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought it was. But
yeah. And then the first, in Tim vs. Bob 2, when they first showed up, they were actually dressed up as Mormons. They had suits on. They had Elder so-and-so on it. So it was kind of cool because they had all the heavy weapons. You see a guy running with a Barrett and a suit. It was pretty badass.
Oh, what's with the M then?
I don't know. They just picked the letter of the alphabet and stuck with it for 3 years.
No. Well, they were...
Minions.
Minions, right. I was thinking Despicables, or Despicable Me, because that's the name of the movie. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Team Therapist is definitely going to be out there. Now, like Bob said, if you're an experienced player, you don't have to not come to the game, but you have to come ready to mentor the younger players. Okay?
That's a good point.
The idea is not to come out and waste a bunch of novices, because we want the new players to feel like they're in a comfortable environment where they can learn how to play. So if you've got a couple of notches on your belt, you've been playing Airsoft for a while, feel free to sign up for the game. But know that the gameplay is going to be geared towards novices. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff that you probably already know about, and you need to be ready to mentor players on the field. So don't just go Rambo out and run and gun and do your own thing. Help the other players, help the new generation of Airsoft come together, and that's really what the Rebel Training Camp is kind of all about. So it's like a spin-off of the Tim versus Bob game. It's Bob's Rebel Training Camp, and it should be a whole lot of fun, and it's not a lot of money either. It's like $30 for the day.
No, it's just I believe it's just a little bit more than basic entrance fee. But you know, they're also, in addition to that, there's going to be a raffle. And I remember at my first like 1-day Airsoft event, I think it was like $20, $25, and I remember I went with 3 friends, and the guy, but like I had my friend right here, and then I was on the opposite of that guy, and in the middle of us was my buddy Brian, and it was his first time ever playing, and he's like, "Sweet, I just won an M4," and he won like a $300 gun. He's like, "What do I do with this?" So it's just kind of cool that you can just get into Airsoft. You can pay for just a game day like this, and you can possibly come away with a gun or some other cool stuff. But also it should just be a fun day to hang out and learn a few things. Just kind of hang out with myself, Jet, possibly Charlie from Level Cap Gaming, as well as Chris from Warfighter Airsoft. So that should be pretty awesome. Tim Brown, you got a shout out. But also make sure if you want to go to this Bob the Axeman's Rebel Training Camp that you sign up very far ahead of time, because what happens with a lot of these events is that people get really excited to go. They plan out their weekends, they plan out where they're going to stay, they plan out how they're going to get there, and they wait until the last minute to buy the tickets. That's what happens with almost every Tim versus Bob event. So if you know you're going to go, make sure to buy your tickets as soon as possible, because I don't think we'll be able to increase the spots for this. For insurance reasons. So yeah, it's very important. If you know you want to go, get that ticket now.
Indeed. So yeah, but like I said, it's really geared towards younger players. If you're experienced out there, we'd love to have you. Just be ready to mentor the new generation of Airsofters, because we want everyone to feel comfortable.
Also, if you have a gun that has like 30 or 40 like BBs per second, leave that at home. Maybe come with a bit more like
come with a spray shotgun or something.
That's actually in my mind what I was going to suggest, because if you are playing against people who are new to the sport, that's a good way to challenge yourself, by using a spring shotgun, something you're not used to, and something that's a bit more difficult. So
probably the best way to scare people away is to have like a 45, 50 BBs per second gun.
Yeah, that'll get people out of the sport pretty quick. I remember when I used to,
not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just that this is not going to be the venue.
It's not conducive to making them as comfortable as possible. But I remember when I first got into paintball, I had a friend of mine. You remember my friend Gareth? He's a superhero of awkwardness. If you don't say anything for 30 seconds, he'll say something ridiculously awkward. But I remember someone had brought out an Angel paintball gun. Those things had, I believe, like an electronic trigger, and you could twerk it up to about change it up to about like 20 paintballs a second.
Really? People doesn't do that?
It was quite a while ago, yeah. So it had you could I just want to say twerk it. You could change it up to a very high rate of fire. Tweak. Thank you. I remember he got hit with about like 15 paintballs just in his neck, and he was on the ground like having a tough time even breathing. And that was the day he got out of paintball, and that was his first day playing. So yeah.
Do they allow that at like tournaments?
They after about I think about 3 to 4 months, I believe Target Zone shut that down as far as like the full auto on paintball guns. But I've never been to a tournament where it's been allowed. No.
That's crazy, because paintball guns paintballs carry a lot more energy.
Well, it's a 68 caliber round.
Yeah, it's a huge ball, just
firing at more or less the same speed as an airsoft gun.
Give or take, yeah, for sure.
So, but I mean, to be honest, with the double triggers, with how fast some of the
because paintball guys go like this, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can fire almost that fast anyway just by doing semis. So, yeah.
Whatever. More power to you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be a very fun day. And, actually another point of this event is that we're actually going to be playing in the wooded area of SC Village, I believe, in the morning. And then later in the afternoon, we're going to be going to SC Viper. So you're actually going to get a wide variety of field play. You're going to get outdoor wood airsoft or woodland airsoft. And then you're going to be able to go over and have an urban experience, which is really great, because I feel like you're going to learn a lot just by playing those two fields. But again, make sure to sign up for Bob the Axeman's Rebel Train Camp as soon as possible, because if you wait and we're out of tickets, you're going to regret it. I know when I had a similar circumstance for Lion Claws and I waited till the last second, I felt so stupid, because I was telling everyone, I'm going to be there. It's sold out. I'm not going to be there. Not going to be there.
Yeah,
So-
that's too bad. I bet you can contact the general nowadays, so he might be able to get you in.
Oh yeah, dude, this is like line clause 2 and 3.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I literally was at the store. I was like, yeah, I got to get all this gear for line clause 2. And they're like, oh, did you sign up already? No. We have a tough time getting in. It's sold out. I was like, all right, let me cancel this order.
You could have had it ready for line clause 3 or 4.
A year in advance?
Let's prepare early, man.
Change my loadout. So
Well, it is 5:30. That means it is time for us to sign off. Thank you guys for joining us for the live show. You can catch us next week at Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Adios, amigos.
thanks for stopping by. Bye.
Hello? What's up? Really?
Okay. I'm not gonna twerk, Ninja. I'm not gonna twerk.
That's weird. Well, maybe
Mine is
we
ours.
are going to have to look for that online or something like that.